Hi everyone, Nicholas here today, and I'm joined with Marcos Palhares, a very interesting individual all the way from Brazil, right? So here's a bit more about Marcos. So Marcos is a future Virgin Galactic astronaut. We're going to talk about that. Accredited space agent, entrepreneur, strategist, writer, explorer, adventurer, and speaker. So Marcos is, one man who does it all, right? So listed to be one of the first 1,000 humans to travel to space. He wants to take Brazilian flag to the highest place, just as he has taken it to the most unimaginable places. This is getting very fascinating. It is he, for example, who led to the deepest place in ocean and also in the stratosphere, training at the Gagarin Research and Test Cosmonaut Training Center, visit to the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Johnson Space Center, training at ATX, astronaut training experience using centrifuge, wow, and vestibular training laboratory, flight in a supersonic fighter in Stratosphere, and many, many more that would just take forever for me to even list here. But you see a very interesting individual who loves, to engage in extreme activities, right? So, hi, Marcos, again, happy to have you on the podcast. And how is the mood for today's conversation?
Hi, Nicholas. Thank you for your invite. It's an honor to me to talking with the British people and around the world, telling about the space tourism and every stuff about this.
Perfect. So let's dive in directly because I'm sure the audience cannot wait to hear more, from your side. So basically, my first question is, right. So can you share with me and with our audience what inspired you to pursue again a space exploration type of career and become an accredited space agent? So what was that decision from your side? When did that happen?
Well, actually, I always wants to be an astronaut, but here in Brazil it's very difficult. It's a little market here, we have just one Brazilian astronaut in many years, so we don't have enough development about this industry, space industry here in Brazil. Well, I'm trying to be an astronaut someday, so that's why I trying to do a lot of experience that to promote the science and the civilian access to this space industry. And well, I have some strategies here that I'm introduce in Brazil uh, for democratizate the space for people like me, normal like me, who works everything, have a routine and all this stuff. So that's I'm trying to go to be an astronaut with Virgin Galactic, a future astronaut, like here we say tourist astronaut. But my perspective is to be a part of this company, and I have a huge curriculum with these simulations that is very uncommon. And because everything is in the beginning, maybe I can have an opportunity to go to space like a professional astronaut. Here in Brazil, I don't know a lot of people working on that idea, so I think I have good chances to be an astronaut. However, I'm a very friend from Brazilian astronaut Marcos Pontes, and now he has a public career. So I think I don't have any chances anymore to be an astronaut because the compliance is not good for. Oh, he's a friend of the astronaut, so he's going to be an astronaut. It not seems good. But when I become a friend of him, he not have a public career. So I try to do my history with him and goes to space like a professional astronaut. Unfortunately, now I have just an opportunity, just one, going to space with space touristic space industry. So that appears Virgin Galactic. and I'm waiting 10 years that everything's happened.
Yeah.
And well, I suppose that we have 3 flights in Q2 that is now, and I'm waiting.
That's interesting. So two things that I want to comment basically, because I didn't interrupt you while you were talking. So the first thing regarding the friendship again, right? That affects your situation. Of them properly evaluating again your application for professional astronaut, right? So I mean that's very interesting that they make decisions based on that. So it's like anti, situation of what generally happens, right? Of the nepotism and everything. So it's like anti that situation, which it's very sad that it's affecting in that way, and it should not be at any way affecting you in that way. So what if you for sure just stopped for sure like a fake ended the friendship? What would you say?
Well, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I will try to do it. It's a huge dream that I'm working about. Maybe, well, if you understand, 100 years ago, we have so little, how can I say, there are not much people in aviation industry.
Yeah.
And today it's very common. So I believe I will live a lot of time, and I have other perspectives opening. So that's why I'm working now to democrate this industry, because the opportunities will happen. And well, that's the way. I can't see another way. Now it's I have 50 years old. 50 years old
You
is
don't
too
look
old.
like 50.
Yeah, I know. But so I think
You look just
my
like
chance...
me. I mean, seriously.
And how old are you?
I'm 21.
21. And I feel like, oh, thanks. It's good for me. Well, I think I'm too old for this industry right now, but I have to open my mind to have faith in the chances and the opportunities. I'm working on democratizate this industry, so that's why I'm working with Virgin Galactic and like a consultant, space agent, and it's my proposal to my life.
I don't believe you are too old, because you saw the lady that was 82, right? That flew to space with the Blue Origin. You probably saw that as well. So I don't believe you're too old. There was a study by there was a recent study by if you know NASTAR Center. It's a center that does training for commercial astronauts, and they found out that 97% of current population will be able to fly. I mean, from a medical perspective. So, and this includes people with age as well. So you're definitely not too old.
Yes. You saw the Star Trek commander with 90 years old going to space. So it's a good story to believe in your chances.
Absolutely. And again, you come across as a individual that really loves again his own country, Brazil, and you always, even in the bio, you mentioned that you want to take the flag to crazy places, and I gotta give it to you as well. So Brazil has been doing very well lately with the youth engagement in the space, activism, and just a lot of space enthusiasts and young space professionals in Brazil today that we're seeing. So that's very good. We see now some of the launch companies, they're again heading to Brazil to create spaceports, and there are launch centers. Just to name a few companies like Ariane Space, and that's not really that, but it's out there. So that's a good thing, right? So
yes, actually, you remember Wally Funk?
Wally Funk, yeah. That's
Wally Funk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know her in 2013. Yes,
Yeah.
Wally Funk. I remember I was with how can I say, the plaque telling me future astronaut.
Okay.
And we are in a party together,
Okay.
and Wally Funk find me and starts to talk, and she said
That's
to
cool.
me, "Oh, you are going to space! Oh, unbelievable, unbelievable! Please give me an autograph. You are very special. You are going to space." And autograph. Okay, well, I don't feel like a special guy, but well, I'm working to go to space someday. It's good, and I signed for her in a piece of paper, and she began to tell about your story, that she's very old, 80
Yeah, that's
years old,
very inspiring again for
and
everybody.
she was talking about well, someday I'm going to space too, and I see their face, that hair with your eyes
Yeah.
shining,
Yeah.
and well, maybe she have chances. And 10 years after that,
She
I
does.
was watching the TV,
She
and
does.
they are going to space before me. And I'm pulling, and wow,
Good.
she
That's
made
good. I mean,
it.
you still have time, so it's good that you went.
Yeah, she believed all the time that
Yes.
she has a chances, and well, it's amazing history, and
Yeah.
I'm very happy for her,
Mhm.
and well, it's a dream come true.
Mhm. So now moving on a bit into the subject itself, Marcos. So can you walk us through just a bit through your training experience at the Gagarin Research and Test and Cosmonaut Training Center, and what were some of the biggest difficulties that you personally, faced there
Well,
in the training?
I'm training in Gagarin with it's the name is egress training,
Okay.
that you put all the Orlan, you know Orlan.
No.
Orlan is the name of the suite,
Okay.
astronaut suite, that they are going uh, out of the ESS.
Okay, so
And
that's for extravehicular activities, right? Yeah.
yeah,
For spacewalks.
when they are correcting troubles
Yeah, yeah,
in
spacewalks. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
And well, I'm familiarized with this stuff and put the crew. And I understood that we have two kind of industries. The American thinks that the astronaut could play piano in the space.
Mhm.
Oh, it have amazing suite, but
Mhm.
it's very confused
Yeah.
to wear, because you need help to a lot of people to
Mhm.
put the clothes and new and everything.
Mhm.
For the Russian, it needs to be easy.
Mhm.
You just open a door in the back and pull it inside, and close with the door with a space like I think like how can I say?
Remote
Um,
control.
yeah, no, it's very simple. It's like this. You just push
Oh, okay, okay.
one thing
So,
like this,
so just
and
like in the garage, right? When you want
yeah, and
to.
click, and that's all.
Yeah.
You have the cloth with seconds,
Mhm.
and you can go around. So this is good for the emergency situations.
Yeah.
But you can't play the piano with the Orlan.
Mhm.
So with the American, you can play the piano, but you need many people and a lot of minutes to learn. And
Okay.
the cosmonaut just
Yeah, Marcos, I
so
think
it's
I think the internet glitched. Yeah. So yeah, I understand your point, and the
yeah,
audience
they
also heard it.
one
Yeah.
they complete one to each other, because if you have emergency
Mhm.
where the Orlan with the cosmonaut,
Mhm.
and if you like to lost some time on the floor, and working many things like very minimal problem, you have to wear the astronaut American astronaut coat.
Mhm.
So that's the difference.
Mhm. And what about the centrifuge training again that you went through? I mean,
It's not good. No, it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, I know,
Well,
I know it's tough on the body. We've been doing some research, myself personally, back in the university when I was there. So, we've been doing some projects as well regarding artificially generating the centrifuge gravity for the spaceships in the space to have the gravity artificially. So that was a interesting project as well. But yeah, so tell us
yeah.
more. I mean, how bad was it? Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I was in CF-18 in Gagarin cosmonaut training. It's a CF-18 is the centrifuge, the Russian centrifuge. So they start with 1G, and you are inside in a capsule. You can't see nothing around. You just feel
Mhm.
the G force in your body. And 1G, I say, it's okay for me. We can go.
Mhm.
And then the Russian people say, now Marcos, 2Gs.
Mhm.
And then you feel again the forces, and maybe your face like this, and then they ask you for you. Now, are you okay, Marcos? Yes, I'm a Brazilian guy and never get up.
Then they
You
say
can go.
5G. Then they say 5G.
Then 3Gs.
Okay.
And the first time I feel my stomach going in my legs, and I feel, well, I think it's not good anymore. And then he asked me, Marcos, are you okay? Okay, good, good. I'm very prepared for anything. I'm a Brazilian guy and never get up. And
Four
then,
Gs.
okay, 4Gs. And then I feel very sick, and well, my face is like a Picasso. Picasso, you know, the art of Picasso.
Yep.
And is not going anymore, and I feel some things here, and I don't feel well. But he asked me again,
But you're still Brazilian
Mark,
again, and you don't get up.
are you okay? Okay, I feel very good, and I'm very prepared for anything. Okay,
5G.
Marcus,
5G.
5Gs, and in 5Gs, for the first time, I have blackout. You know,
Okay.
blackout
Yep.
with my eyes. You have very few. The blood can't go in the eyes, and you are with open eyes, but you can't see
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
It's black.
yeah. Hmm.
But I'm okay,
Yeah, you're conscious.
but
Yeah.
I can't see anything.
Mhm.
And I feel, and that moment I was talking. Well, I'm not good.
Mhm.
But when he asked me, I say, okay. And then they say, Marcos, well, I see that you are doing very well. So we start now 7Gs.
Oh, wow.
And when my images is blowing up,
Hmm.
my eyes are trying to working about to see something, and they say 7Gs.
Hmm.
And I feel, well, 7Gs. Well, 7Gs. Wait, six. It's before seven. Okay.
Yeah.
And 7Gs. I well, I have a good sleep,
Hmm.
a good night sleep, because in 7Gs, well, and they say on the camera that I'm not good,
Hmm.
and that
Stop
they
it.
stop,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
stop it, and.
Hmm.
7Gs, and you wake up in a few seconds actually.
Yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
7Gs, you
Yeah,
make
that also depends
and
on
then
on the
yeah.
individual, right? So yeah.
But the centrifugal have a lot of time to stop.
Yeah, I mean,
So
especially it's harder when you do it like that, right? When you go from this to then you increase it versus just going through it gradually, right? So that's that's actually more tougher than what astronauts experience during the launch, right? Because it's more
but
lengthy.
it's not good. I do not recommend for anyone.
So how was the breathing during the 7G? So you could just normally breathe, or?
Yes, you can. They make a briefing with you about your sensations and what you feel and how you can breathe. So you have to have a strong, how can I say,
lungs.
this area.
Okay.
And make a lot of force and try to open your mouth sometimes if you need to breathe and every stuff, but it's not good because you have to all the time because the working was in trouble at that moment, and you can't. For me, it's the first time. I don't have enough experience to that.
Yeah.
So everything is new to me at that moment. So I think I'm not was very good in the experience, but I can feel the force and the 7Gs that is very high. You your body have very trouble to put your blood in your heart. Everything is not working very well, so it's hard.
I see. I see. And besides, again, those things, you've also done the analog astronaut missions, right? So the Mars Desert Research Station. So I'm quite familiar with that one. I've not been there, but I have been involved with the Mars Society before for some time. So I'm quite aware of that activity. So can you share with us again, how was the experience of being a team leader, right? So you were leading the mission.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So maybe you can tell us how long did it last, and what was the main mission of your mission, right? And how did you accomplish those tasks?
Yes. Well, this experience works in Utah Desert in USA, and you was in a capsule in the middle of the desert with another guys that you have to liberate these people, and for 150 hours. So you don't have any contact for the people. Yeah, you are lost in the middle.
So that's like
of
6 days, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, like this, something like this. And well, you have to experience astronaut food.
Okay. And what is that food? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a lyophilized food. It's the same word, lyophilized, without water.
So it's like
they take an apple. Yeah, they take an apple, and all the water inside they go out. The water
so it's like a yogurt type of situation, something similar. Yeah.
Yeah, but in contact with your fluids here in the mouth, the taste is the same. The food is the same. So the appearance of the food is not good, but
I've seen some images. I've seen some images. I think they had some frozen pizza and stuff there. I mean, I don't know if that's a real thing. I mean,
Yeah, actually, in the Kennedy Space Center, you can buy simple like ice, Napolitan ice. That's it.
Okay.
I think, and some cookies. Okay. But well, this is very good taste. the food like we have is more simple.
Yeah. So I think Marcos loves the food a lot also.
It's not chocolate.
Marcos loves food also, right? A lot.
Yeah, and then we have some simulations when you have to go out of the capsule. You have to put all the clothes and the streets, and you have to put the air, the oxygen, and everything to working because you are in the middle of the desert, so it's very dry. And we are with these clothes and make some searches in the desert. Actually, that area it's iron. The earth is a lot of iron in the earth, and that's why it's very pink. Well, are you here?
Yes, I think it glitched. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm back.
So everything is red, and the sky is red too. You feel like you are in Mars.
Mhm.
That is the good thing. You
And it's
feel like
very
in
remote
another
again,
planet.
right? So there's nothing around like in a, I think in a 60-mile radius, there's no cities or anything. So
That's it. That's
yeah.
it. And when you arrive in the city in the first time, I was in the going outside in their plane, and I see a plane. What the hell are you doing here? I remember that and when I arrive in the city.
Yeah.
Well, and in the capsule you have a lot of missions,
Mhm.
and the missions is about the collecting some samples in the
Okay.
desert and analyzing in microscope
Mhm.
and this stuff. Well, for me it's good because you it's like a simulation in another place, another area. It is good for the curriculum.
Mhm.
It's a excellent experience in
Mhm.
my mind. I always remember
Mhm.
what I feel in the Mars Desert Research Station,
Yep.
and the people that I liderated, they are until now they are my friends,
Mhm.
so it's good. I recommend for everyone experience like this.
Mhm. So and do you also grow food and plants inside the capsule? I mean, or that's not part of the mission?
No, it's not a part.
Yeah, because it's not
um,
that long term, right? It's a short mission, so yeah, I'm assuming that's.
it's we are walking around and catalog everything that we see,
Mhm.
make some samples, analyze the samples, and see why, because they have a lot of nitrogen.
Yep.
Nitrogen is the
Nitrogen.
name.
Yeah, nitrogen.
These things and what's happened that area. So because in the desert you have some radiation,
Mhm.
so you have to protect with the helmet. So
Mhm.
everything I'm feeling in another planet like Mars. It was very good, and everything that we do, the shower is not like the shower you are
Yeah, so it's
familiar
limited,
with.
right? With
Yeah,
the
it's just how can I say, just this
yeah.
with
Mhm.
how can I say,
Like a cleansing.
yeah, a few
Yeah.
water in tool,
Okay.
and that's it.
I see. I
That's
see.
the shower,
Yeah.
not a shower
Yeah.
like.
Well, that's not. Yeah.
This is not good because it's very cold
Yes.
and not good. But well, it's a different experience, and so I recommend for anyone to have a chance to do that.
Yeah. So let's talk more about the depth of the ocean again, right? So let's talk about that, Marcos. Tell us more. Tell us more. Tell us everything you.
Okay, I was in the Roatan Institute.
Okay.
This is in Honduras country in
Mhm.
Central America. It's a very small country, and I found a guy. The name is I forgot right now. It's something like Mark. Let me see. I have it. Carl Stanley.
Okay.
Carl Stanley. He built himself a submersible that goes like more deep than other submarines
Mhm.
from army.
Okay.
That is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know. This guy is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking with him, and I told you I would like to be an astronaut someday. I need a mission
Mm-hmm.
very, very deep, more deep that you have. and I would like to control the submersible, and maybe if we can take some samples from the both, and this area happens in Chicxulub. You know Chicxulub?
No.
Chicxulub is like an asteroid in the Paleolithic, in the Cretaceous. Take the Earth and then extinct the dinosaurs. This has happened on that area, Chicxulub. So I'm dipping in the crater of Chicxulub and trying to take some samples of this huge crater in the bottom of the ocean. So that's why I was there, to reach my curriculum about this experience. However, we have a lot of segments in the ocean. We can't find a simple that was my mission, to take some things for that area, like 60 million years old, to prove that this has happened. So because you have a lot of sands in the bottom, you can't find a simple rock about this. But we stay 6 hours in the deep, around 2,000 feet. That is like 2 Empire States in the bottom.
Yeah. So what's the pressure? I mean, on the body at that point? I mean, how huge is that?
Well, to understand, I was with a couple of coffee. That this couple of coffee in my language is isopor. I don't know in English how name is. The blank cup.
Okay, cool.
And the cup made this.
Oh wow, a drink.
This size was this size, and then was this size when I arrive in the earth again. So I can't feel with what happens with my body, because when I go in the bottom was very, very slow. 3 hours going in the bottom, so everything was fine. But you can hear the noise of the structure of the submersible doing.
Yep.
And I feel this noise is okay. Stanley, say me it's okay. If it's okay, we are going in the bottom. But if it's not okay, no problem to me to come back, okay? And Stanley say, no, it's okay, we can go. And we are going. It's like 2 Empire States in the bottom. So it's very, very deep. And we can see some very different bioluminescence animals.
Oh wow!
At the bottom, they produce himself the light. So in the beginning, I was watching the window and I see some light, very, very like a star in the sky. And sometimes there are a lot of stars in my window, and it's for the first time I see some life in the bottom. So you can understand the strong, the force that the life having in our planet.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's amazing, and when you go even deeper,
Unbelievable.
what you will find there, like nobody knows, right? So that's
yes, incredible.
Yeah.
And people from the records, the book of records, says to me, "Oh, you can put your name here." Oh yes, good. And okay, $50,000. And I say, no, no problem to me. You don't need to put my name in the book.
Yeah.
So with $50,000, I do a lot of things that I prefer.
I mean, especially in Brazil, right? So you can do a lot.
Also, yes. And now I'm trying to go to space with Virgin Galactic. Now my number is 298. So I intend to be the first 1,000 people in the space.
Okay.
But I have to need faith about this project of Virgin Galactic works very well. And these next days will be very important to me.
So what's happening in the next days? So the mission, the test?
The Virgin Galactic have 3 flights to do in this quarter.
Okay.
So we are waiting. They announced a date for the first flight.
That's why I asked, because I have not seen any announcements just yet. So
yeah, and everyone in this company are waiting for. So for the first time, they are going Italian future astronauts from the Air Force, Italian Air Force. This is good to promote the Virgin Galactic and all they can do. And we are, I hope everything works very well, because I see all the time Virgin Galactic spend a lot of money, and that they have to show to the people what they can do. So that's why it's very important what will happen in the next days.
Absolutely. And again, hopefully all will happen well, and we're gonna see you soon also among the announced crew members as well there. So that will be amazing. So
yeah. Actually, I always try when you see Ares 71 Blackbird.
Okay.
You know the Blackbird?
Yeah, of course,
Yeah, it's amazing. And I always think when I was a child, maybe I will fly in a Blackbird. Actually, I was a child, but now I understand.
Have you seen one in person?
Yes.
Yeah, there's one just here, just very close in a museum as well.
Yeah, in New York, in Intrepid Museum.
In Virginia as well. There is one here.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's amazing. I never see a airplane so beautiful like that. So for me, going in a spaceship 2, or imagine, I don't know what will be, but it's like to go in a Blackbird, because you are in 3 times sound barrier flight, going to space, more high than Blackbird goes. So it's well, I can't imagine the experience. I'm waiting for, very anxious.
Yes, and we're waiting to get together with you. So that will be interesting. That will be interesting. So hopefully you will. I don't know what happened. Some glitch happened here. Sorry about that. So yeah, and hopefully again you're gonna send the message as well to us from there, and to the youth in Brazil as well, and just to everyone, I mean, on Earth, that it's possible to go to space, right? For everyday individuals. I mean, which you definitely are not an everyday individual based on your experience, but you will be just proving the point that if you persevere hard enough, and if you gather up all those extra curricular activities, and you really can make it, if not as an official astronaut, as a private one at least. So that's a big thing for sure. So my last question to you, Marcos, for today. So as somebody who has explored the depth of the ocean and the heights of the stratosphere, right? So what advice would you give to aspiring explorers and entrepreneurs looking to push the boundaries of what's possible?
Well, I always say to the people, the sky is not the limit.
Okay.
And I think the humanity have a lot of courage to do amazing things, and that's we push off the people to discover the world and another planets. So I have a lot of faith in the humanity, the civilization. I'm watching what Elon Musk is doing about Mars, and a few days ago explode the Starship.
Yep.
But I feel that not explode the idea in his mind. So I think that's the energy. This energy, it's good for everyone to do, and you have always think very big to introduce things and innovate and feel a positive person to impact people and inspire other people doing and realize amazing things. That's why I say all the time, the sky is not the limit.
Yep, that's a powerful message. That's a powerful message. The sky is not, because you look up, you see the sky, you see the space, you see the stars, but just again, like Carl Sagan used to say, right? So we have lingered long on the shores of the cosmic ocean, and now it's time that we set sail, right? So that was kind of his message. So that's
yeah. Here in Brazil, we have Santos Dumont. He says, if you fall 6 times, get up 8 times.
Okay, that's good.
Santos Dumont was a pioneer aviator. We here in Brazil, I believe that he was the first man to go in a flight before Wright brothers, because the history is Santos Dumont do everything with the people, with the scientists, with the journalists. He made his first flight in 1906. And Wright brothers, they say they flew in 1901, 1903. They say, but no one see. Okay, we have some guys, little person. No, this is not important. Santos Dumont do this in front of a lot of people in Paris. 2,000 people was there. And the first public flight that Wright brothers do was two years after Santos Dumont, in 1908.
Okay.
So that's why we believe in Brazil, Santos Dumont was the first, because he not say, he do that. And for me, it's a huge hero in Brazil, and represents all the force and the energy of Brazilian people.
That's awesome again, and very inspiring episode that we had today, Marcos. And I'm sure a lot of individuals that are watching this, young enthusiasts, young professionals, which we have a lot of those in the audience as well. I'm sure they took a lot of notes, and they will be again following some of your advice and following again some of the steps that you took to the way to space, right? So that's amazing. So thank you again, Marcos, for joining us today.